Hey, folks, welcome to another episode of the Review Lounge. I am your host, Jay. I'm here flying solo today because my lovely co host, Gamer Girl Jen, is not with me. And let's talk about the frickin' Oscars. How cool, well, I shouldn't say cool, how weird was that? We had Will Smith, a household name in acting, go up and drop the smack on Chris Rock, another household name in the entertainment industry, over a joke, over nothing more than a joke. So, if you missed it for some reason, let's take a look. I've got it brought up here on YouTube. We'll take a look and then we'll discuss it briefly. So, let's see.
He loses. He can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Now, let's pause it right there. That was a mild joke, right? And it's based off of Jada Pinkett Smith's look. And from what I understand, that's due to her condition, vitiligo. Not too familiar with the condition, but from what I understand, hair loss is part of the issue. And she is dealing with that. But apparently he made this mild joke about G.I. Jane 2. And if you don't know what G.I. Jane is, it was the movie from, I believe it was the mid-90s, starring Demi Moore. She was a female who goes into the Marine Corps, and famously, she shaved her head for the role, okay? So he makes that comment, and as you see, Will Smith does not seem particularly perturbed by this comment. He's laughing about it. But I want you to pay close attention to Jada Pinkett Smith's look. Because she goes from ha 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 motherfucker to somebody about to get their ass whooped. And I'm not sure if she said something to Will, but his demeanor completely changes. Let's take a look. Keep an eye on her reaction right here, and then 15 seconds later, what happens?
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Now, first of all, I feel bad for Chris Rock. Now, I've never been a huge Chris Rock fan. I find some of his stuff funny, but I feel bad for him because what do you do in that situation? Like, some dude just came up and assaulted you. Like, I'd be in the audience. Me and Will would be tussling on the ground right now because I'd be wanting to kick somebody's ass. But at the same time, you're balancing that against you got to maintain your professionalism, or at least Chris Rock has to maintain his professionalism. Will Smith apparently can discard his whenever his wife says it's okay. But I mean, that was a mild joke. It's not like I think Ricky Gervais, when he hosted, was a lot harsher than that. You know, that was just sort of like a throwaway, like chuckle, ha ha, no big deal sort of thing. So to prompt that reaction, and again, Will Smith's initial reaction was to laugh at that joke. Now, I think there's more going on here than the public is aware. For starters, okay, I have a history in the audiovisual industry, on the technical side, on the back end side. And one thing I do know is there are contingencies that are built into any live broadcast, live event. Usually you'll have some form of audio, 7-second delay is usually what it's referred to as, but it can be as little as 3 seconds, as much as, 30 seconds. And it's to ensure that somebody dropping an F-bomb does not go out on air, because if that was to go out during prime time or be broadcast, the FCC could come in and hit you with literally hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. So there's these delays built in so that if somebody does drop an F bomb, you can sort of hit the sort of tone that will block it out. Okay. It's a lot of times, you'll hear that little beep. Okay. Um, and also you can cut away. You can cut to commercial. Like if you see Will Smith is walking up about to hit somebody, you cut to commercial, right? Even if you didn't know it was coming, you would cut to commercial immediately after. As soon as Chris Rock is like, yo, Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me, you cut to commercial, right? So the fact that they don't right there sends up a red flag to me. There's no 7-second delay. There's no cutting away to commercial and stuff like that. Now I didn't watch it because like most Americans, I no longer give a crap about the Academy Awards, so I didn't watch it. So I don't know if in the U.S. there was any 7-second delay or bleeping out of the F bombs or whatever. But obviously overseas, the broadcast that went overseas was not. There was no edit like that. So that sets up some red flags to me. I'm kind of curious as to, why this would be. Now, 30 minutes after this, during the same show, Will Smith is given the Academy Award for Best Actor. Okay? Now, I also know that behind the scenes, none of this stuff happens off the cuff, especially like a big television broadcast like the Academy Awards, the Grammy Awards, any of that stuff. This stuff isn't, you don't do this, flying by the seat of your pants. Everything's planned out and there's contingencies for everything. And one of them would be there's always alternate winners. For every category that's going to be shown on air, there are alternate winners. So the fact that Will Smith literally assaults the host of the show on air live, and then 30 minutes later is awarded the Best Actor Oscar, lets me know that there's more to this than meets the eye. Okay? Now, in addition to that, let's take a look at 1:10 a.m. this morning, the Academy of Motion Pictures puts out this tweet. The Academy does not condone violence of any form. Tonight, we are delighted to celebrate our 94th Academy Awards winners who deserve this moment of recognition from their peers and movie lovers around the world. Now, let's think about this for a minute. So several hours after they broadcast live a actor assaulting on live television, and make no mistake, it's assault, okay? And all they can come up with was one sentence, that they don't condone violence. Still gave him the award. Still let it go out live on air. They just don't condone it. So, as you can see here, I responded by just saying, you broadcast an assault and 30 minutes later gave the assailant an Academy Award. Like, what the fuck? That is condoning it. You absolutely condoned it. And here's why I think they did. I think they condoned it because now there's talk. And now, next year's Oscars, there will be more interest in. Because everyone's going to wonder if there's going to be a repeat of what happened last year. So I think this benefits them. At the same time, I think this benefits Will Smith, provided the public reaction is managed properly. It benefits Will Smith because recently him and Jada Pinkett Smith were in the news, and there was commentary that she was having extramarital relations and that Will Smith knew and either did nothing about it or was sort of okay with it. And so this is a way for him to get his quote unquote man points back. because he's the man that went up and defended his wife live on national TV, and he wasn't, taking no shit. You don't talk about his wife. Um, and he even made reference to that when he accepted his Academy Award 30 minutes later, saying how love makes you do crazy things and it's all about family and so on and so forth, which I think is a bunch of horse shit. I think this is just Will Smith realized that he's A, becoming irrelevant, B, he's no longer, after the whole, information about Jada sort of messing around either with his approval or without his approval, his reputation as a man was tarnished, and this is a way for him to restore that. So it's a win-win for him and the Academy to do what he did last night. The only person who doesn't win is Chris Rock because, if he knew about it, they make him look like a bitch. And if he didn't know about it, he still ends up looking like a bitch. And he's put in a position of like, yo, do I hit this motherfucker back or do I maintain my professionalism? Obviously, he chose to maintain his professionalism, so I give him kudos for that. But yeah, this is like a win-win for the Academy and for Will Smith, provided it's managed properly, which I don't know how that's going to happen. But needless to say, I definitely don't think this was as spontaneous as they would have you believe. I really don't. So, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's another attempt at Hollywood to try to manipulate the audience once again. And this time they're doing it through violence on TV. Whatever. Nothing new for Hollywood. Anyway, let me know what you think. Hit subscribe and leave a comment. I'd be curious to get your thoughts on this. And give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell and share the video if you want. And I will be checking in with you shortly on the next episode of the Review Lounge. So on behalf of myself and myself, I will talk to you next one. Later.